Hey guys, it's me Sherry. Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to show you guys an overview of my eyeshadow palettes. I asked you guys if you wanted to see this last week, and I had a couple people that actually said that they would like to see it. So I'm kind of going to show you guys what they look like inside. I'm not going into too much detail. If you want to see like a look with the palette, or like, I don't know, if you want to see any palette more closely in depth or whatever, just let me know. I actually have to declutter my palettes. I've been meaning to do it all summer and I just haven't gotten around to it, but yeah, it is what it is. Alright, so the first one I have is this Butter London one that we got in BoxyCharm a couple months ago. And this is what the colors look like inside here. Sorry, there's like a little bit of a glare from it, but there's like a pretty true representation of what they look like. I've used this a couple times. I've had to use another palette with it, but it's pretty nice. Actually, this is the palette that I used with it, the Voss Pro eyeshadow palette. I'm going to try to get more into doing videos. I know I keep saying that, but it's really humid out, and I have to have the air on in here. I turned it off long enough to record this, but I have to have the air on. Oh my god, I can't get this open. Okay, so there's with the Violet Voss one. This basically has any neutral color that you'd want. Bestie there is one of my favorites for like a transition color, and then there's some nice burgundy tones in there as well. It's a pretty palette. I could do this for a neutral palette and not have to have another one. So that's what that one looks like. Alright, then we're going to get into my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. So I have the Modern Renaissance palette, which looks like this. You can see what colors I dug into the most there. These things are very pigmented though. You don't need a lot of them, but I love this palette. I use that a lot in the fall. Then I have the Norvina palette, of course, which is another favorite of mine. And that looks like this. Love these colors as well. All mattes on the bottom, all shimmers on the top. Okay, and then I have a bunch of Too Faced palettes here, like the chocolatey ones. So this is the Too Faced Bonbons palette. Chocolate bonbons. And this is what this looks like. I love the Hirsch. It still smells really like chocolate. This is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. And that looks like this inside. Okay, this is the limited edition Too Faced White Chocolate Bar palette. This is, even though this is like Christmas themed, because it has the candy cane stripes, this is a really good palette for the summer for like one shadow looks especially. That's what that looks like. And this is the Gold Chocolate Bar palette. Probably should. Okay, guys, these are going to be hard to get opened one-handed. And there we go. This is what this looks like. This is really pretty too. And last but not least, in this kind, I have other Too Faced palettes, but this is the kind, like the chocolate series, I guess you would call. This is the gingerbread palette, though. And that's what that looks like. Again, very pretty. Wouldn't necessarily say it smells like gingerbread, but... Alright, I'm going to try to line up some of these palettes and open them so it will be a little more easier. Just give me a second. Okay guys, so this is newish to my collection, and this isn't just eyeshadow, but this is the Casey Holmes collaboration, and I love this. The shadows, everything smells like coconut, like the butter bronzer, basically. And it all smells delicious. But this is really pretty. She picked out good colors, and I even used some of these for eyeshadows too. And I just kept everything in the box because I wanted it kept together. Oh, making a mess. As you can tell, I'm a really big Too Faced fan. I have a couple other small Too Faced palettes. Alright, so this is probably the very first high-end eyeshadow palette that I bought. This is the original Naked palette. And this has been well loved. I've had this for years and I just don't want to throw it out. I don't even really use it anymore. But I'm about to hit pan on Sin, and I love Sin. And these actually surprisingly still swatch really well. I don't know how well they blend out on the eyes. You know what? I think I might try this again. I think this has been discontinued. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is one of very few Urban Decay that I have. I think I have like 3 Urban Decay. This is pure. Came in BoxyCharm. Oh. See, it's hard to do this one-handed. But this is what this palette, this is the Festival palette. I got to get some more use out of that. I really want to use those glitters. I haven't even put those glitters on my eyes yet. So, I got to see if I can get some use out of this. If not, I probably will pass that along. But I'm going to see if I get use out of it first. This is a Morphe palette that I got in BoxyCharm that I haven't had a big chance to play with yet either. So, this is another one that I'm going to test out a bit more. And if I'm not getting use out of it, I'll probably pass this one along as well. There, this is what this looks like. It has some nice neutral colors and some purple colors. I love that purple right there in the middle of the dark one. I have a base that would look nice under that, I think. Which one is this? This is the eyeshadow palette. Nightmaster. Yeah, okay. That's what that is. Alright. And then I have the Shan XO one. I don't have the reloaded one. I just have the original. So this is what the eyeshadow colors look like. This here center color up in the middle. It's good for a cheek highlight too. But this is a different color combination. I like this. And then I don't ever really touch this, but it also has like lipsticks in the back. They're probably dried out though. But that's the Shan XO palette. I'm going to have to use that again. I haven't used that for a while either. Alright, this is another Urban Decay palette. This is the Gwen Stefani palette, which I got to use this more too. I only paid $30 for this. It was originally $70 in Canada. But this is a very pretty neutral palette. This was like, my cousin Kristen has this one too, and that was like her everyday palette. This is a ColourPop palette that I got, Golden State of Mind. And I got this in a BoxyCharm as well, and I don't use it. I have to either try to use some, like, I mean, I use that color a bit, but I have to either try to use these or pass them along because there's no point to having it sitting here if I'm not going to use it, right? Like, this is literally all glimmer. You would have to, like, go good with the Gwen Stefani palette, I guess. But I don't use glitter a lot, so that's probably why. This is an Alamar Cosmetics palette. BoxyCharm again. And again, these colors are so pretty in here, and I don't get a lot of use out of it. So I'm either going to have to try to see if I'm going to get some use out of it or pass it along. See, so a lot of these palettes from BoxyCharm, I either get a lot of use out of them or I don't get a lot of use out of them. And like, I have so many palettes that it's like, but I don't want to let go either. This is Swamp Queen Graveyard Girl from Tarte. Love this one, but it's messy to work with because it's nothing but shimmer, as you can see. Glitter everywhere. But it's really pretty palette. So I probably will be keeping that one. And then, okay, that's just some eyelashes and eyelashes. I'm not worried about this being a mess by the time I'm done with this because I got to organize it anyway. Urban Decay Naked Basics 2. My sister got me this for Christmas a couple years ago. And this is a really good one. I like to, because I can even use this one for bronzers or eyebrow. Like if I want to fill in my eyebrows or whatever. So this is a good palette. And you don't have to use a lot because they're very pigmented. So I haven't hit pan on any of those. I like to travel with that. Okay. Next in here, I have two Huda palettes, two of the mini ones. I have the Mauve Obsessions one that actually my sister Crystal again got me for Christmas 2 years ago, I think. This is what that looks like. Again, very pigmented. You don't need to use much. But I love the glitters in these palettes. Like when I want to use shimmer or glitter, I usually reach for these Huda ones. I got a mess over here now. And this is the Topaz one. She got me this last year. So pretty. These look like they're barely touched, but trust me, I've been playing with them. I love these colors. These pop my blue eyes really well. And then, of course, you guys know that I got the neon pink one when I was away in Dartmouth a couple weeks ago. So I'll show you guys what that one looks like up close too. I haven't even played with this yet. I swatched it, but I haven't put it on my eyes yet. So I have to, maybe I'll do a tutorial with this. What do you guys think? Or look with it. But that's what that one looks like. Okay. Then I have a couple of like, I'll show you guys them in a minute. I have this Mariah Carey one from MAC. Again, my sister Crystal got me this for Christmas a couple of years ago. And it looks like this. It's a lot of shimmer, but again, it's really pretty. And then I got a couple of like loose eyeshadows. Like I have a Stila glitter, which it looks like it's separating, so I might have to throw that out. I'll have to check it. And then I have this one that I got. Is this Ciate? Yeah, this is Ciate. Look how sparkly that is. It looks best under a base, though. I think I have another. Oh, this is a MAC Paint Pot in Bear Study. This I thought was, actually that's supposed to be in there because I have to back, that's drying out. So I don't even know why it's in there. It's supposed to be in this box with stuff for back to MAC. And then I got this one too. This came in a BoxyCharm too. It's Cover FX Shimmer Veil. So I'll play around with those a bit longer, a bit more. This is just a BoxyCharm magnetic palette that I got. This is an Urban Decay Shadow and Fireball. These two are Makeup Geek shadows. I don't know what the colors are called. I think this is called Cherry Cola. This one looks like, this is a dupe for a MAC color. I can't remember what it is. This bronzer is Chocolate Soleil from Too Faced. And these are a couple of shadows from Too Faced that I potted out of a Too Faced little palette that I had. This is a Fleur de Force eyeshadow quad. I got this a couple years ago. I still use this actually. I take this away with me sometimes because it's just a very easy look. It's like drugstore brand from like the UK. Here's another Too Faced palette. This is the Sugar Pop. I couldn't wait to get my hands on this. So this is what, when I want to pop a color or want some fun, this is what I go for usually. So it's pretty. It doesn't have a scent to it though, but as you can tell, I love Too Faced. And I love Tarte too. So this is a Tarte Rainforest of the Sea palette. I think this is volume 3. Yeah, that's volume 3. I wasn't going to keep this when I first got it. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. Because I thought the colors were just kind of meh. But this is good. This is perfect for like everyday looks. I'll put that one matte color in my crease. If I want to darken it up, I'll take something from another palette. And then I'll just put one of the shimmers on the lid. Usually this one here. As you can see, I dug into that one quite a bit. But I really like this palette now. I also got the Too Faced Showstopper palette. I got this for Christmas a few years ago. And this is what this looks like. So it has like a blush, bronzer, and highlight with it. It's very natural. Like some of my natural palettes I might have to like declutter because I have so many of them. Like I don't need as many as I have. And this is the Too Faced, the Tarte. What's this one called? Make Believe in Yourself palette. Or some people called it like the Unicorn palette. This is pretty. This is all sparkly too, but it's for fun. Lots and lots of fun. And I love this. So yeah, so that's not all of them. I gotta show you guys some more of that. And I put all my eyeshadow, like the papers for the eyeshadow palettes in here because I like to use them sometimes to refer to. I have 2 palettes up on my desk that I'm going to show you guys, and that's my whole collection. So just bear with me a moment. Hey guys, so the last 2 palettes that I have in my collection are the Too Faced Carousel palette, which is really gold. I forget when this came out, but my mom got it for me for Christmas. And then the Mermaid palette, what's this one called? Something Make Waves palette from Tarte. It's really pretty. It's like a patent leather seashell. You can see that. Be a Mermaid and Make Waves, I think is the name of the palette. Pretty sure that's what it's called. Anyway, I'll show you guys this one first because it's easier to open. I think. Or maybe it's not. The dog's toy up on the bed and Hex is here. Okay, here we go. Sorry for, yeah. Because it says 99% mermaid. So, look at that. Isn't it pretty? Oh my god, so pretty. Sorry, a lot of these Tarte palettes are shiny and they glare when you're trying to show the colors, but that's what that one looks like. And then this one has a bunch of different... This here one was a mascara, Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, but it comes in sections, as you can see, and they have individual little palettes. This was a Christmas thing, obviously. It was a Too Faced puts out like really girly designed palettes at Christmas time usually. So these ones that say Belle Carousel have blush and bronzer in them. I'm gonna have to check these because they might be hard pan, but you know what, I don't want to throw it out because if nothing else it's sentimental. So that's what those 2 look like. And then these 3 with the carousel horses are different eyeshadows. This here green, I remember using that at Christmas time. This here purple and pink are really pretty. Some of these colors are gorgeous. And then this is like your more neutral. So that's what that looks like. So that is all of my palettes that I haven't gotten rid of already. And I know BoxyCharm is sending out more palettes this month, so I'll have even more in my collection. But I do have to go through these at some point. I just have a really hard time letting go of especially eyeshadow palettes because I love to have lots of options and I'm a big collector of eyeshadow palettes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will talk to you guys all in my next video. Bye everyone.